I haven't spun it all this week, which is very unusual for me.
So I also got...
Ooh.
When we
That's
went...
pretty.
One of the most popular shawls when we were at the Fling was the Stacy shawl. And it was a kit that she did with Wendy. And Wendy did the pattern. And it's very sort of like elegant and simple looking. And it would work for any occasion. I decided...
And my friend Tracy knit one.
Yes.
So we've seen it in person even before the Fling.
So I got some yarn to knit it with. And
those are so my colors.
Lux
and I
Girl.
wanted it. And I was like, I can't get that because Leslie's getting it.
And it's merino and cashmere and nylon. And it's the colorway Moon Dance.
So
And I really liked it a lot. So I got two to do the Stacy shawl. But I actually didn't have to. Even though I still love the colors... Because at the Fling, I won a door prize.
Leslie won a prize.
Because I'm a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner.
This is the Lux Girl in, I don't know what color. I guess it's just the Stacy shawl color. Anyway, so that's the shawl pattern. You can't really see it. It's sealed with kisses, see? This is the Wendy pattern. So you can kind of see. And it's actually not available anymore. So,
it's been discontinued.
Yeah.
So Leslie got the last one ever.
I feel so special. So anyway, it's kind of a dark blue. It's hard to see in this light, but
it's pretty.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Is that Lux Girl too?
This is Lux Girl, yeah.
Wow.
So
you were very lucky.
I love this a lot, and I really this will be a project that will get knit this summer at some point. I'm just not sure when, because I've got a couple other things I need to finish first. And we also got mugs at the Loopy U, and we
drank
checked
tea out of mine today.
And we got M&Ms. I've still got mine. I haven't devoured them yet.
The elves gave it to us because the elves are awesome.
I got another set of chibis, which isn't super exciting.
I didn't even know you bought more chibis, but
well,
you have all
they're
your
the small
original
ones.
needles.
The ones I have are the big fat darning ones, and these are smaller. So for some like sock and other stuff. Anyway, these aren't super exciting, but I needed them. And I got some dragonfly fibers.
That's pretty.
DeGenny, I don't know what, Blue Spruce is the colorway name. Can't wait for that to see it. Anyway, it's kind of a forest green sort of color. And this is the only single skein of sock yarn I allowed myself to purchase, because all this that you see behind you, all single skeins of sock yarn. I have more than I could ever need. So I didn't want to go crazy with it. So I allowed myself one, and that was it. And that's all I've got for Fling purchases. Now I have a giant mess of stuff beside me because I just threw it down as I was going.
I cleaned up later. So when you saw my head go down, I was cleaning.
So we wanted to mention a couple things. We already talked about the door prizes and some of the great stuff that we got. We are going to be going to an event in December. We went last year, and last year was the second year that they did it. This year's the third, and it's called the Arkansas Fiber Arts Extravaganza.
And it's so much fun.
I'll put a link in the show notes. It's held at Mount Magazine State Park, which is the highest peak in Arkansas. And
I keep trying to con Leslie into getting married there.
Yeah, but that involves planning. And anyway, so it's at the resort there, and you can get cabins or you can get a lodge room, which is really nice, and the facility is really nice. But you kind of have to stay at the lodge if you want to go, because otherwise it's like an hour drive.
Because we couldn't find a hotel room last year, and someone gifted us, our friend Ann gifted us with a hotel room because she had booked two. But the closest other hotel is like 45 minutes away, and there's camping, but we're not
in
so
December.
much a fan of camping in December.
In the mountains where it's already cooler because you're higher up. So if you want to go, you should book a room soon, because they did run out
now.
Last
As you're watching
year.
this, you should
pause it and then
book
and look at the show notes, get the link, call them and book it. It is a group rate, and they have booked out the entire place for those days. It's December 3rd and 4th. So you have to call them and make your reservation. So
we'll talk about packing for that in December, because there's nothing around there. So if you want food
snacks
or
and stuff,
are a vegetarian, and you will eat the same pasta dish for 4 days, which is delicious.
They do have a restaurant, and it is a good restaurant, but like Laura's saying, if you're a vegetarian or you have special dietary needs, I would bring snacks or something.
I made Leslie because I was vending go down to town and buy me goldfish.
We're not doing that again because it takes 3 hours to drive down, find somewhere, and then come back. So, anyway,
there's a huge fireplace that they light, and we just all sit around.
If there's enough interest, we can do like a meet and greet or something. But maybe we can do goodie bags or something. But that just all depends. We'll see. But anyway, Arkansas Fiber Arts Extravaganza, first weekend in December. We'll link to it.
It's super fun. Y'all should go.
It's not on the scale of like Stitches or Estes or anything.
It's only 125 people, I think, can stay there at the most.
I'm not sure, but it's a smaller venue, but it's beautiful and totally worth it. So,
and Hank of Yarn vends, and there's some other backwards loop vends.
Stacy of Tempted is almost convinced to go, and I'm not sure if she's going to vend or not. I would love for her to vend, and she should bring more fiber when she does. So, Stacey.
And the vending fee for it's like only $50
it's
bucks
crazy
or something.
Cheap.
It's really cheap when you talk about vending fees. So
and it's like I said, it's beautiful. It's really worth it. In fact, I'll link to my Flickr page of the photos I took last year.
We should do a little slideshow of all the photos we took. Yeah, we might do that.
So anyhow, we don't have a whole lot else.
Atlanta.
Oh yes. Next weekend. So today is the 30th of April when we're recording. Next weekend. Next weekend we are going to Atlanta because my fiance Michael is going to Jasper, Arkansas, to go in the mountains and do manly stuff. And they do that. They take that trip like 3 times a year. And I love Jasper and I love the mountains, but I can't go 3 times a year. I just get bored. So they're going to do their man trip and whatever the hell men do when they're in the cabins in the woods. I don't want to know. So Laura and I decided we're going to go to Atlanta. We're
taking Kobe with us, so he's not home alone. It's going to be super fun.
Yeah, 6 hours in a car with a 7-year-old.
He's got a DS, though.
I welcome any tips for keeping them busy. That doesn't involve me singing.
I'm all about the singing.
We're going to go to visit the aquarium, and we're going to go to IKEA because there are no IKEA. Atlanta is actually the closest one to us, and that's 6 hours away. So we're going to do that. But kind of the highlight of our trip is that we get to go and hang out with Nama Nama.
She's our favorite.
We have hung out. We met her at the first fling, and we hung out again last year. She wasn't able to come this year. She had some conflicts, and we're very excited to see her again and hang out with her. So we'll probably do a recap of that at some point next weekend.
So the episode next week might be a little bit
either early or late.
Yeah,
we'll figure it
FYI.
out. So we got Atlanta next weekend. And another thing I wanted to talk about was the gorgeous stuff that we saw at the fling, like the finished objects. So I'm going to take a minute and brag because one of my objects ended up on Sherry's blog again. Last year, my Bee Fields shawl and the Woolmaza peppermint prints was on there. Not that I keep track or
Sherry's blog.
This year, myself and I'm just Lori, right? We both had shipwrecks. Okay, I couldn't remember her.
And you and Sarah D knits. It was a.
Yeah, and Sarah D had a different shawl, but I can't remember what it was.
No, the 3 of you that are in the picture on Sherry's blog is you, Sarah D knits in her evolutions, and then Kathy Kate
in her twisted fiber
arts.
And that was a gorgeous
shawl. And it was
shawl.
all 3 of them in circular shawls. So
this
really
is
pretty.
This is my shipwreck, and this is in Arlene lace. Or Arlene, Woolmaza lace in the colorway Arlene. It's got beads on it. You can't really tell until you get close. 5,000 of those suckers. I will link to that project in the show notes, but
it's very pretty.
It still smells good. It still smells like soak.
I'm rewashing and reblocking all my shells that I took to Spring Fling because I have this thing about things that are in a suitcase are no longer clean.
She's weird like that.
No.
But anyway, so that was my finished object.
I did make Sherry's blog. You can't see me, but I'm there because let me tell you what I did. Sherry got left behind.
That's true. This is a great story. So there are
Friday
4 blocks,
afternoon,
right? So
there's 4 blocks of when you can go to the Loopy U.
Yeah, and either you're doing classes, you're going to the Loopy U, or you have free time.
And the bus always leaves at 1:15 for the afternoon
And
sessions.
she's been very strict with her drivers and says at 1:15 you leave. Yes. I don't care if everybody's here or not. So she makes sure she tells you have to be there on time if you want to go.
And so 1 o'clock rolls around
on Friday afternoon.
And Sherry walks out, and there are no buses, and they had left her and Kate behind. And Sherry was not happy about this at all. Because that's her big thing. She likes to go and, you know, take you to the shop.
Yeah.
That's her big thing.
It's her it's like her
her
baby.
thing.
She wants to show it to you.